Hi, I'm Auri Solares, and welcome to this week's Astro Talk, where we will be diving into the first week of March. March holds a lot of activity. It is eclipse season, or the first round of eclipses for 2025. We have a major planetary ingress into a new sign, and a few retrogrades are in the midst. This is definitely a month that's going to cover a lot of ground, and it's going to ask us to ground as well. So we're just going to dive right in. We will be discussing March the 2nd, Sunday, through to Saturday the 8th. Sunday the 2nd, we have Mercury in Pisces conjoining Neptune in Pisces. Whatever house this falls in your chart, expect that you will receive a dose of really dreamy energy. Mercury's been in Pisces for a minute. Mercury will be retrograding back through Pisces, so whatever themes have come up for you in this sector of your life, just take note with this particular aspect. What is coming up for you now? Neptune is going to go into Aries soon, so this is the last time that Mercury and Neptune get to kiss like this in Pisces. What's coming up for you? What's your intuition showing you? What are your dreams showing you at this time? This is a really beautiful signature to connect with your dreams and your inner realms and the unseen realms. This is a lovely time to write down your dreams and connect with your vision for what is possible. Daydream and think outside of the box. Because Mercury doesn't do its best in Pisces and Neptune is already making things foggy and murky, try your best to avoid setting up details or fine-tuning or anything meticulous for this day. There may be a miscommunication that arises from it. There may be confusion. It's not the best for organizing details in this matter. It's not the best for fact-checking. It's a lot better for connecting with your imagination, and it could also look like healing conversations, really compassionate sort of conversations. Pisces loves this idea of oneness, this idea of love and beauty. So you could just find yourself naturally in these realms a bit more as well. Neptune is also a little bit of a deceiver, so if something sounds too good to be true, it actually might be. This doesn't mean don't play with your imaginings. It just sort of means check yourself and check whatever it is that's coming up. And another reason that this will be so important on this day is because we also have the Sun in Pisces making a square to Jupiter in Gemini. And with this signature, it's really saying think big, challenge any limiting beliefs, and also it could bring an energy that is so expansive that you may get a little bit scattered. This is, again, really fun energy to play with in terms of our beliefs and our visions and our hope for the future, and also how do we temper that and how do we stay grounded to the earth as we explore these realms. I like Sunday quite a bit. It feels hopeful. It feels like thinking outside of the box, pushing beyond what dreams we might have had for the future. Maybe we receive a new dream on this day. Whatever it might be, have fun with it, lean into it, play with it, especially if you've been feeling a little bit stuck in the mundane. Just don't let yourself get too swept up in this current, since it can be a little bit of a jostling experience to try to come back to reality if you didn't do the work to stay grounded in the first place. Amidst a signature like this especially, we won't have such a difficult time getting snapped back into reality, considering that the next day, on the 3rd, Mercury will enter Aries. Now, like I briefly mentioned already, Mercury is going to retrograde. It's not going to spend very much time in Aries, but while it's here, our mode of thinking and our style of communication switches from very compassionate, very dreamy, very etheric, possibly a little bit murky, to sharp and quick and fiery and pointed. Of course, Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars currently finds itself in Cancer, where it has been exploring themes of the home, what we nurture, what we are protective about, what we want to keep safe. And so with Mercury entering Aries while Mars is there could be a heightened focus around how do we defend, in particular, the things that we hold very near and dear. Overall, Mercury will also bring about perhaps more confidence in the way that you express yourself. You might have more innovative ideas at this time. This is really playful, fiery, but not to be reckless with energy. This can bring about sometimes fighting words. So if communications suddenly feel really sharp and heated, take a step back. We will quite literally be taking a step back anyway when Mercury turns into Pisces. And so this is just a little bit of a preview of what Mercury in Aries will be once it is done with its retrograde motion. In the brief little spurt that Mercury is in Aries, it will sextile Pluto in Aquarius. This happens on the 5th, and what this feels like is having empowering conversations about how we think about current structures and current power dynamics and systems that are at play. It's going to invite us to really go deep into how we are leading in our own lives conversations surrounding change and transformation, especially in regards to the group and for the people. Pluto in Aquarius is bringing about deep transformation, a lot of catalyzing energy, and Mercury being in a fire sign might have you having conversations around organizing, activism. How do we fight back for the things that matter to us, the things that we care about, the things that we want to nurture, the things that are important and sacred to us: family, home, homeland, keeping who we love and what we love safe. And I'm bringing us back to those Mars and Cancer themes because, again, the ruler of Mercury at this time is Mars. As we've seen since the last couple of months, this has just been coming up over and over and over again. So Mercury being in Aries in a sextile to Pluto, it's like saying, okay, let's get to the root of this. Let's go deep. What is it that we need to strategize on? What is it that we need to think about differently? How can we get everybody on the same page? So I like this energy. It's very strategic in my eyes, and again, wherever it falls on in your chart, pay attention to what communications are coming your way around these sort of themes. On the 7th, we have the Sun in Pisces making a trine to Mars in Cancer. Pisces and Cancer, both water signs, so they naturally have this cooling, sort of healing, soothing energy to them. And although the Sun is fire and Mars is fire, this is almost like a release valve for something that's been steaming, and like a kettle that you're taking off of the flame to pour yourself soothing hot tea. That's sort of the picture that's coming through. What is that in your life right now that is about to give you a dose of healing energy or calming energy or soothing energy in the areas of your life that Pisces and Cancer fall into? This can look like inspired action towards our dreams, leading with intuition as well, and healing practices. Overall, I really love this signature. The week that we've had so far has been very powerful, and there's a lot of movement starting to take place. And so this feels like a nice signature to sort of say, let's do a check-in. How can I regulate my system and regulate myself amidst everything that's kind of starting to get kicked up? Next week, we have the eclipse in Virgo. We have Mercury stationing retrograde. There's quite a bit going on, and so what this week gives us the opportunity for is to really dream about what we think and feel is possible and available for us, to push beyond what we think is available, and to then lock in and strategize with our community and our loved ones on how to work towards that, how to build together. It's almost like embarking on the hero's journey. You have a vision, you have a dream, and then you get injected with this dose of inspired action. And that can be really empowering. And it can also be a bit of an adventure, a little bit scary. This is making me think of when you're in the ocean and the power of the waves is just, it is a force of nature. And you can try to fight against it all you want. Those waves are flowing so seamlessly, and they can drag you and pull you whichever way they want. But if you just flow with them, and if you're a good swimmer, then it's fun, it's an enjoyable experience, and it alivens the spirit in a way that just reminds you that you're alive and this is life. It's this ebb and flow. And so as you go through this week, maybe that would be a helpful image to keep in mind, and ask yourself, what is it that helps me feel grounded in the midst of so much change? We're about to really go into it with the eclipses, and this is not a bad time to check in with yourself on what's my emergency process for when I'm triggered, when I'm lit up, when I have been doom scrolling all day and I just need to snap out of it and connect with myself and reset. What do I do? Who do I reach out to? Do I reach out to anybody? Do I stay in my house? Do I go on a walk? What works for you? So just something to meditate with, something to think about. Overall, I quite like this week, and so I'd be really curious to hear how it goes for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao!